All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. Out there to the hopeful elect of Israel. First off, I want to start off and give all honors and infinite praises to YAHAWAH, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillstone, who taught us truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations at their too sincere and you hopefully elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Malakia. All right, coming in with another lesson today. All right, so this lesson, okay, it's going to be entailing, okay, and going into the storm, okay, that is happening and forming out there in the Atlantic. Okay, so we're going to get into that. Okay, but before I get into that, let me go over here to this clip over here with the ABC News going into. Okay, hold on. It was one. Okay, this was first. Okay, so this was an article written back, I believe it was in June. Okay, and was at basically going into the article. It was the Defense Department will stop providing crucial satellite weather data. Okay, and that was a big controversy thing that was happening. Okay, because eventually got to the point to where they have news that it reversed. Okay, the Defense Department will continue providing critical weather satellite data to NOAA, and I believe that's the National. Let me see this on here. Yeah, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA. That's what that stands for. Okay, so going into this article, just kind of scroll through it because it's of an importance. Okay, that the Defense Department, okay, gives this crucial satellite weather data, okay, to the I believe it's the to the satellite. Ooh, let me see, not the satellite weather data. To the, I forgot what to call the other ones. To the National Weather Service, Salakia. Okay, so this is very crucial news, real time data, and they were getting ready to get to the point to where they were going to stop providing this information. Okay, so let me just kind of scroll down to it. This was going to get to the point to where I'm trying to get straight to the point. So this is from the NPR.org. Because if this data was taken away, no real time data would be actually said right now. So let me just go to right here. It says tracking hurricanes as they form. It says the Department of Defense collects satellite weather information because it has ships and planes operating all over the world and needs information about conditions in the oceans and atmosphere. But the Defense Department data also allow hurricane forecasters to see hurricanes as they form and monitor them in real time. What we can do with the data is we can see the structure of hurricanes, Tang explains, sort of like an MRI or X-ray. For example, hurricane experts can see where the center of a newly formed storm is, which allows them to figure out as early as possible what direction it is likely to go and whether the storm might hit land. That's important for people in harm's way who need as much time as possible to decide whether to evacuate and to prepare their homes for wind and water. The data also allows forecasters to see when a new eye wall has formed in the center of the storm, which can indicate that the hurricane is about to intensify. For example, Tang says, forecasters at the National Hurricane Center use the data from Defense Department satellites to observe a circular eye wall forming in Hurricane Erin earlier this month as it moved over the Pacific. Okay, so showing that this data is of crucial importance, all right, to know when the hurricane is going to intensify, all right, by you seeing, I believe it said, the eye wall. All right, so it says that was really a good indication that the storm was about to intensify much more quickly than the computer models indicated it was going to intensify. Tang says, which allow forecasters to publish early warnings. the storm hit Mexico as a destructive Category 3 hurricane. Okay, so this is an important information, and they were going to get ready to get to the point to where they were not going, okay, to release this data. Okay, I'm getting to a point. It says the NOAA, which oversees the national. Okay. Let me see. Am I there? Let me get straight to the point. So here it says other satellites operated by NASA, the NOAA, and by other countries collect similar data, Tang says, but hurricanes form and intensify so rapidly that forecasters need near real-time information, which requires as many satellites as possible since no one sensor is always pointed at a given storm. Without the Defense Department data, there will be bigger gaps in time when forecasters will not know the current conditions inside a storm. That could lead forecasters to be surprised when a hurricane suddenly intensifies. And that's what that's what's going to happen if that information does not get sent. Okay? It says that's particularly concerning because as the earth heats up, large, rapidly intensifying hurricanes are getting more and more common. Storms that gather strength quickly right before they hit land are particularly deadly because people have little time to prepare and evacuate. Okay? So they're saying that at one point that, okay, let me go to the title, that the Defense Department will stop providing crucial satellite weather data. Now you have an article that came out on July 30th that the Defense Department will continue providing critical weather satellite data to NOAA, okay, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, okay, that they was keep sharing that to the National Weather Service, okay. That was critical information. So, with all that being said, you got to understand that this is the devil, okay? This is Esau, okay? He puts things out there, you know, for people to read, okay? But you got to understand that, like Apostle Gabar did the lesson on it, that war was in his heart, okay? He speaketh sweetly, okay? Yeah, they may have put it back on, okay? But, oh, I got two of these. Okay, but you got to understand that this devil may pay someone for that information not to come. So, by looking at this storm, which we're going to get into, but let me get this quick precept right quick. Oh, man. Let me see if I can get let me get another tab right quick. I ain't trying to lose my point. Satan's devices. Alright. There you go. I already know. Never remember. Alright, so this is the book. Alright, 2 Corinthians chapter 2. That's what it was. Verse 11 says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. Oh, let me get that. Okay. Verse 11, it says, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, so this is what this devil does. He uses, okay, the news, okay, and he can destroy anything or whatever he wants, okay, to calm the people down, because at one point, this made an uproar to get to the point to where they had to reverse. They said they're going to still continue, okay, the data sharing, okay, to what about the weather satellites, okay, to the National Weather Service. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Now, since we read that 2 Corinthians chapter 2, we're not ignorant of Esau, okay, and his different devices, his craftiness, the things of what he says, okay, because just by looking at this is the devil. Okay, so it says, from UStoday.com. It says the hurricane Erin has formed in the Atlantic. See where it's headed. So you got it on here. It shows you the different spaghetti models, showing you where it basically started to form. 11 a.m. Friday morning. Okay, that's that article. I'll probably put this in the link in the description box. So now I'll go to another article. It says tracking tropical storm Erin, interactive storm radar maps spaghetti models. So as it was forming, they already came up and they got the models. Okay, and they're saying that it's going to come to a point to where it's going to be a curvature. Okay, so if this just started Friday at 11 a.m. okay, and now it's at the point, all right, that you have the models and things. Now you get to the point to where I just got within an hour ago, the last hour. It says Erin strengthens to a Category 2 hurricane as it enters the western Atlantic. This is just within a period of a day. Okay, so now you see it. They still got the same spaghetti model. All right, it's gonna kick up to a 2, a 3, a 4, and then it's gonna curve. If winds are going that fast, I don't see it. Okay, to eventually just curve like that. That's not happening. Okay, so here in the camp, the head of the camp. Okay, all right, the elder priest. All right, Ash. It's just his page, his YouTube handle, GMS Tampa Bay 12. Okay, the spirit has been on this brother to go and to look at the weather. He posts every day about the weather conditions. Okay, within the last month, or a month and a half. Okay, so as we're seeing this, different things that's happening, I'm gonna play a couple of them. This is just over here. Alright, so you got fires. Okay, you got floods. Here it is, North Carolina. Wildfires. Extreme heat. So now you got extreme floods. So you got fires, extreme floods. Come on, man. Different weather, ice conditions, earthquakes. Come on, man. So what's getting ready to come here, Lord willing, if it goes straight to the point where it picks up speed, it's getting ready to hit Florida. It's gonna, if it continue to go straight, it's gonna hit Florida. Okay, what that means for Florida, that'll be the end of Florida. That'll be it. If it's a strong hurricane, as it was projected as last year, a big one came like that. This year, that'll be the end of Florida. That'll be the end of Florida. That'll bring in martial law. That'll bring in everything at that point. Okay, the people who has different homes here. Okay, the whole housing market, that shit's gonna crash. That shit'll crash. That's just one aspect. A lot of people come down to Florida really for a lot of the real estate. Okay, but if a storm actually hit and it came to Florida, it'll do damage. Okay, a lot of flooding, a lot of rain, a lot of destruction. Florida would be basically done. You know, and who knows to say what this devil was doing, man? Because ultimately, it's YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, all right, making all these things come to pass. Okay, because we're in the at times of where anything can happen. Okay, so this is a storm to actually look at. Okay, to watch, to see what's going to be happening. They say they're gonna they put back on the data. Okay, but who's to say they could be lying? Okay, the spirit's been on this brother to keep pushing out these different videos of the different things, whether the change of weather patterns. All right, it's ultimately it's YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI at work. Okay, but he's using the sword to bring this upon the earth. Okay, it's YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI that's bringing this. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem YAHAWASHI, Lord of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire." This is what we see here. The Lord is visiting the earth of which He's made. Okay, as you read in the book of 2nd Ezra 9. Okay, the earthquakes in diverse places, the uproars of the people. Hey man, we living in that time. We're living in that time. Okay, so it's just a storm to look at, to watch. Okay, and to monitor, man, because hey, if they don't share that information, that shit's getting ready to hit somewhere on this East Coast. And if it came straight to Florida, Florida would be done. The housing market would fucking crash. That'll be it. You know? So just a storm to look at, to stay watchful. But just showing you the intensity from yesterday to now is strengthening to a hurricane category 2. Let's see within the coming days how big, okay, that is going to get. Alright, so hey, you know, Lord willing, you was edified from all this lesson. Alright, stay watchful, stay prayerful. Alright, because hey man, things is really turning up, man. Things is really turning up. You see, it's midnight. I'm up, watching, looking at things. You know, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI has put the spirit on me to do this lesson. So hey, definitely, hey, these hurricanes are gonna start intensifying. You gotta think about it. If you really look at the heat wave that's here in Florida, it is hot, man. Them waters are hot, and that's gonna make that storm to be stronger. And if that storm is stronger, it ain't no way that shit is turning. It's gonna be coming so fast with force. But hey, who's to say? You know, but I believe through the spirit that it could be a hurricane that could be very detrifying to anywhere it hits on the East Coast. Alright, so hey, Lord willing, just edified from all this lesson. I want to give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations out there to you sincere and you hopefully elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. Alright, servant, Mala'akim, Shalom.